welcome to another episode of the Evan.
Okay, so we glad to come your way again. For the last time this year, is it? Yeah, for the very last time this year, and want to say a big thank you to you for always being with us. But before we get right into it, let's go ahead and share the feed and get started. So yes. Push it out there. That's a periodic or daily ritual, right? To share the feed. Okay, we live. Oops. Okay. Okay. So let's get going. It's been an eventful year. It's been a long ride. It's been an interesting one with all the episodes that we've come your way with. And we want to take a moment and say thank you for your inputs, for your insights and all. It's never the same without all those inputs. So we really appreciate your company. What do you think, Busy?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
We appreciate the fact that you join us, listen to us. It's not easy to listen to somebody talking.
yeah,
Yes, so
right.
if you
Absolutely.
you participate in our program, and we appreciate that a lot. You give us a lot of feedback.
Yeah,
Yeah, and so we are so grateful, and
yeah,
we are happy that we are here, like
yeah,
from January till December, and
yeah.
hopefully we are all entering into next year.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's um it's a good one. Thank you for all the messages you send across, all the topic suggestions that you bring across, and yeah, it's been good. Um, today is thank you episode, right? In the same vein, you might have a very troublesome spouse, but thank God for the spouse. Maybe your life is eventful and exciting because you have that spouse, right? So um, go and carry your problems around like your spouse around and say, yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, and thanks for. It's very good to take time out and just be grateful for all the things around us, all the events, all the happenings. Sometimes they don't appear all good, but in all things, we got to give thanks to God. Um, some of them come to make us better, some of them come to test our resolve. Some of them come to, all of you can always, if you set your eyes on it, you can always have a positive reason for which something happens, right? So it's good for you to have a positive outlook for anything that happens. Courage says that thank God for good people. Yeah, thank God for good people like Mr. and Mrs. Jandu, who came all the way for Prissy's graduation, gave us nice outfits that we wore last week, and
And
constantly giving feedback, watching, sharing. We appreciate you, Courage. Yeah, it's
I want the
so
only burger.
yes, yes. Flies all over the world, enjoys traveling around the world and all that. It's it's easy to take seemingly small things for granted, right? It's easy to see someone do something and assume that it's business as usual. it's easy for example, whoever cooks in the house, or your wife, your husband, to always go to the kitchen, put things together, and it's so easy to take it for granted and expect that there should always be food on the table, right? But it takes someone's time, it takes someone's energy, it takes someone's skills to put all of them together, and it becomes so normal or natural that you could easily not lend a thought to that, to how all those things happen, right? So for all the seemingly natural things, for all the seemingly business as usual things, right? Take a moment and thank God for it. Thank your spouse or whoever is responsible for that, for it, because um it could easily not be there, right? I mean, however you look at it, it could easily not be there. So you want to just appreciate your spouse and whoever is coming across with any sort of input for all that they do and all that they will continue to do, hopefully in the new year, right? So yeah, this is a time of reflection, a time to just say um, a time of not taking things for granted, right? So it's
If
uh,
you have taken things for granted all the time.
yeah, exactly, and there is always something you can be grateful for, right? There is always sometimes this is how it happens. It takes an event, not necessarily a bad event like death or something, but it takes an event like, for example, your spouse traveling or something for you to really appreciate what the person means to your life, right? Because when you are always there, it feels like, oh, I mean, it's normal. It looks normal to wake up and wake everyone up, and everyone wakes up, right? It feels normal. I mean, but all those things are the very little things we can be grateful for. And truth is that the year might not have gone the way that we all expected. That's life. It's part of life. It's part of the spice that we see with life, right? You have all the bad moments, the good moments all come together to form life. So it might be that the year did not go as you expected. It might be that you had a very stressful year. For me personally, I've had a very stressful year, very, very stressful, maybe the most stressful year in my whole life. Yeah. Um, but you look to it, add all the positives, the negatives, and hey, um, be grateful for it. Probably you learned some very valuable lessons over all those stressful times. Probably you um, got to know what to do or what not to do or how to do it better, right? So there is always a cause to be grateful, always a cause to thank God, always a cause to be, yeah, be happy and thank God for everything. Yep. You see,
Yeah.
it seems I've been talking so
Yeah,
much.
you
So,
said
yeah.
everything.
No, I didn't say everything. There is a lot to be.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like you said, we should be thankful for what we have
Mm.
and not what we we
We could have
expected that we had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yes, I'm not saying that go and compare with others, but there are things that I always say that whenever you feel that you are like the last, look, like go and look at somebody's situation. You see that your current state is what somebody is praying for, right? Yeah, so you are never the last, like never. There's always something about you that somebody is praying that I'll get, like I get to the state that I am in. And so if we should concentrate on what we have and be thankful about it, that is when um, God also opens more opportunities for us and to move to another level. And so we shouldn't always be complaining. There are people who always are like, you meet them and you are chatting with them, and everything you hear is just complain. Never, they've never said anything like positive about their current situation. I think that one too is very bad. So we should always try and stay positive, very optimistic. And I think optimism too is a way of being appreciative of your state, because there are people who are always pessimistic about their current and their future situation. They are not hopeful about good things.
Yeah.
So being positive, no matter how things are looking, just remember that your current state is somebody's prayer topic. So we are supposed to be thankful for, and the fact that we have life.
Yeah.
I always say that when you have life, you have hope. You can do anything if you have health, right? Because there are people who also just want to be healthy, like they don't want anything else, they just want health.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters to them, it's just health. So we can be grateful. We can have a reason to be grateful or thankful, and we can have a reason to be sad. And our happiness lies within us. Yes, so it is not even about what you are getting outside. You can have so much and still not be happy.
Yeah.
And have nothing and be happy. So so we should learn to be thankful and exudate like joy. Yeah, because
Yes,
life is life is life is short.
yeah.
So we should also live our best, right? Yeah. Just make the best out of the situation we have.
Correct.
Yeah.
And remember to shoot a hello or hi when you join us. Yep. And so especially for people who are really driven, really driven, there is always the temptation to feel like you've not done enough. And I am one of such people. I'm always chasing some goals somewhere, chasing some dreams somewhere. And so there is always the tendency to set so high goals for yourself that you always feel, no, there must be more than this. Like you're always going for something higher, something better, right? It's not to say that you shouldn't be motivated. It's not to say that you shouldn't be driven, but sometimes the tendency is that for people who are always driven, chasing stuff, you always feel you've not done enough, right? And be hard on yourself, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. But hey, um, take a break, look back, and just be grateful for all that um, God has done, all that you've been able to do, and so on and so forth. Hey, Akimbola, good to have you. And so let's look back. The funny thing is that if you really want to be what do you call it? If you really want to be honest with yourself, where you are now was your prayer topic some time back. If you're really honest with yourself, there is something about your life now that you actually prayed for in the past, right? So instead of going all out there and being hard on yourself, be grateful for at least that answered prayer, right? That at least at this point you are where you at least a little bit of where you expected to be some time back, right? And that would always trigger a sense of gratitude in us. Nia ETLJ says blessings. Warren says, hello, my people. You guys looking amazing. Thank you, Warren. Thank you
Thank you.
for always coming in, always sharing your thoughts with us. We're grateful for all of you. We're so grateful. And so, yeah, life is such that, like Prissy said, Prissy took the bottom approach. Let me take the other approach. So Prissy said that wherever you are in life, there is always someone behind you, right? So at least that motivates you. That puts you in a situation where you always know that at least, I mean, scripture says you shouldn't compare yourselves to yourselves. It said comparing themselves to themselves, they are fools, blah blah blah. But at least that would let you know that you are not as bad as you thinking, right? Your marriage is not as bad as you thinking, right? Now this is the perspective I want to push across. There would always be someone ahead of you as well, right? So don't always be motivated or pushed or to be chasing people. Otherwise, then you keep chasing for life, right? There would always be someone ahead of you.
Yeah.
So you go buy that your dream car from the showroom, then all of a sudden someone drives the limited version of that car across the street. Then you go like, oh no, right? You go by whatever you've been dreaming about, then there is something called buyer's remorse. Like after you buy whatever you've been longing for and all, then you go like, oh, but is that it? Why? But then there is a feeling of not being satisfied with whatever you've longed for all along, and then gone for
I
it.
think that when you are buying something
Hmm.
in the hope of competing with someone,
Yeah,
that's when you even got a new car, but
yeah. You're still not
you are
happy.
not happy because
Yeah,
you feel that the competition is doing better than you.
exactly.
Yeah, so it's even a wrong way of doing
Yeah,
things.
exactly. You're not in competition with
Yeah.
anybody. I mean, it's people always say that, but never mean it. You're not in competition with anybody.
Mhm.
If you can look up to someone to get motivated to do more, but you shouldn't be in competition with anybody. Like I usually want to look at it like this. So um, there is a point that whatever you earn you're not going to use in your lifetime. You get what I mean? So there is a point that, and may God help us all to get to that point. But there is a point where whatever you're doing is maybe for posterity, for your future generations, and so on and so forth, right? So think about it. If someone is at that point and is deciding that every month he buys a new sports car, a luxury car, and you think you're in competition with that person, you would wound yourself. You would wound yourself for life, right? So we should always look up to people to motivate us to do more, but not be in competition with them, right? So always remember there'll be people ahead of you, and so if that is what makes you depressed, then you'll be depressed for life
Forever.
because they would always be there, right?
Mhm.
Just always look inward and see the little things that you can be grateful
I
about.
think if we are genuinely happy for people's progress, then
Yeah,
there's no need for competition.
exactly. Yeah,
Because I think people see others doing well and they can they can't be happy
yeah,
that this
yeah,
person is going too fast or something.
yeah.
But then if you are genuinely happy, and it's like things come to you also. You see people doing well, you are just happy. Oh, my friend is doing so well.
Correct.
God opens doors for you, so there's no need to be in competition. Or another word for it is jealous. Yeah, about it. So let's try and be happy genuinely for people when they are doing well, and
Yeah.
that way God also opens opportunities for us.
And this is me personally, I have a selfish reason why I want my friends to do well. I have a selfish reason, and let me let it out. You see, if the people around me are doing well, I don't need to go to a bank for a loan, right? I just, hey, I need this to do this, and it works. You get all of what I mean. So people can go to banks and they'll be rejected, blah blah blah, for whatever. But if I have friends doing well, it means I'm doing well, right? So why on earth would you wish that people around
Some
you
people have very
will not do
strange mindset. Like, I'll be the only one doing well.
so?
Then everybody will come and bow to me.
And that is a lot of stress on you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
correct.
that's a lot of stress. You
Yeah,
have to be taking care of everyone.
correct.
And it's very
Correct.
stressful.
Correct.
So why would you want to be the only one doing well amongst your friends?
Yeah.
That, for me, it doesn't make sense.
It's a flawed
It's
mindset.
most often, if you are my friend, you'll find out that if you come to me for help, I may not be able to assist you with finances or money, but I can show you the way to also be independent.
Right.
Yeah. So for
Right.
most of my friends who know me, yeah, if you need anything that would help you move on in life, and I can advise you or something. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm all willing to do that. I'll not hide anything from you.
Yeah.
But I don't have the money, so
Yeah. So Jackson says that be happy for people doing well.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's easier. Think about it. And again, it's for selfish reasons, but I would rather everyone around me is doing well, then I wouldn't even need to work. I'll just, like, think about it. If I have friends who own private jets and stuff, like, the experience is different, right? Than feeling that the for your whole generation you are the only person who has visited an airport. Like, you get what I mean. It's always best when people around you are doing well. Then it affects you. It positively. I mean, you also get to enjoy of that, right? So don't. It's a little bit of witchcraft to be hoping that people.
You are the only
Yeah,
one.
you are the only one doing well.
I want to use an example. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not being so when we moved here, I realized that this part of the world, if children are doing well, even when the kids go and play the soccer, and like our kids are really good with the soccer, other parents will come to them and then tell them that, oh, you are doing so well.
No.
Even though their kids are part of the team.
Yeah.
But I realized that
Yeah.
let's copy and paste this back to Ghana.
Yeah.
If it's not my child,
Yeah.
maybe we might go home and even be gossip. Oh, don't mind him. Maybe too good. But it's better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's also a mind, that PhD attitude.
Yeah.
Or even people come here.
Oh, you mean pull him down?
Yes.
Not your kind of
No, that,
PhD.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Or
Okay.
people also migrate here.
Yeah.
Like they have moved here. They are doing so well. And maybe their family, their relatives also want to come. Some of them, they know that they'll tell you, oh, don't come. Things are hard here. But they are here.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
realized that one particular group, I don't want to mention the race, when they come, they do so well. They bring more of their people here.
Yeah.
They make sure they are employed in their sort of industry they are in. And so you realize that that community is prospering.
Yeah.
Everyone is doing well. The fact that they brought additional people doesn't mean that that race is not, they are prospering. But I know my people, most of the times, even your own relatives, they come and they don't want anybody to come again. And when they hear that you are here, they are like angry. That's how did this person make it to this place? As if you want to come here, and you know you want direction, I'm around. You want the steps you can take to come here. And I'm available.
Legal steps.
The legal steps. I'm willing to give you that consultancy for free. Yeah, because it is in numbers that we do better. Yes, but people don't understand it that way. They feel that I should be the only one ruling, like reigning and ruling everyone. It's a very bad mindset that we have.
Yeah.
Yes, so we should also try and like make sure that our own also grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll be having an episode for Prissy to share steps steps 2025, your year of doing better, maybe by migrating off. I mean,
Oh, that's so
anyway, it's yeah. So in summary, all we're saying is that you can always have things to be grateful for, right? And you can really be grateful for all those friends who are pushing you to do better in whatever facet of your life. It could be your work, it could be your relationships, your marriage, blah, blah, blah. You have people who genuinely want you to do better than you're doing. You should be grateful for them, right? So, yeah, look around, look for anything that um you can be grateful for, especially the seemingly small things, right? That we can be grateful for. It's not. Don't wait to visit the hospital before you thank God for your health. Don't wait till you are in the morgue shelf 234 before you be grateful for your life and for all the people you have around you. So yeah, it's we'll call it a good year, a great year. And again, sometimes when like someone is saying something, right? The assumption is that, oh, everything is rosy, everything is nice for the person to be saying that. I'm telling you that I've had my most stressful year in my whole life.
even after Christmas.
Yes,
You heard.
yes, in my like like
Yeah.
it, so for sometimes for me to or people to say, be sitting down and saying something, you will not really understand the position the person is in to be telling you this, right? So when was that? Was it 26th?
Yeah, 26.
26th. Like on Boxing Day, when everyone is having good presents, I receive a call and there's been a theft in one of the projects I'm doing, right? The thieves came around, stole
During the holidays.
during the holidays, stole a lot of things worth tens of thousands of dollars, right? I shouldn't be the one sitting here to be talking about gratitude, right? But hey, it is what it is. See, you cannot. So I realize that in those times, Prissy would be asking questions about the theft. Like I'm talking about 2 days ago, like we'll be asking questions about the theft. Okay, so what do we do? We call the insurance, blah blah blah. I wouldn't be minding her. I'll just be on my phone watching football, like watching
And
EPL.
he's under a lot of pressure, and you ask him questions, he won't smile. Even questions
Yeah,
that are not related to
yeah.
you,
Just
you like things that he will do things that might even make you angry, because maybe regular questions that you need
don't.
answers for,
You just allow
you
me
would, you would
to be
start.
processing a
But
lot of
it's not all
things.
the time that I know that
Yeah,
something has come up.
yeah.
And so when he starts that, those I call him his off moment. And I know that maybe he has something, somebody somewhere is giving him headache, and
Yeah.
so I just like find someone pass. Yeah, so it happens.
And again, to repeat, this year has been. Listen, I've had some stressful years, but this year is hands down the most stressful year I've been through, right? But is there not a cause to be thankful and to be grateful, right? So it's just so in all this, in all the issues and in all the whatever, I'm so grateful and we're right here, right? So hey, thanks for joining us, Stella. So find a reason to be thankful, find a reason to be grateful. It's all part of life. All the life would be so boring if
It's not always like straight.
yeah, exactly. Life would be
Sometimes
so
it's a
boring
wrong.
if
Sometimes
everything you do is good, it works, it's fine. Then why would it be called life in the first place, right? So yeah,
for me, if things don't work out, my excuse is that it's not the will of God.
yeah,
It would look like I'm being content or something,
yeah,
but I've realized that once I say that it's not the will of God for me,
yeah.
I'm able to just
sail through. Yeah.
overlook it. So
Yeah.
yeah, don't get too mad about things that you have no power over.
Yeah.
You cannot do much about. Let it like pass. And yeah, it hurts sometimes. Maybe you have really hoped that things will
Yeah.
work out this way
Yeah.
and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
It's seeds are not the way or not the right time.
Mhm.
Maybe at the right time you get what you want. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so Jackson says that no matter the situation, we gotta be grateful. I 100% agree. I mean, I perfectly agree. Like after that theft situation, but really after watching all the football and Chelsea drop points and Liverpool won and everything, like I've pushed it behind the only reason I see, like this morning I saw a mail from the insurance company, and that was the only reason I remembered that there's been a theft somewhere. But apart from that, yeah, we move on. We get
Someone
other
will
things
say
to
that
make you happy.
insurance will pay you. That's why you're a bit relaxed.
Not necessarily. So the insurance, for example, takes a lot of time and is delaying my project and is delaying other things, right? So it's not that simple, right? And you the insurance can come and tell you that, oh, okay, after the appraisal and everything, they think that it is half of what the value of things they stole, right? But hey, um life is got a life. So yeah, let's move on. Karen says that we are grateful, Pam. And Warren says that you never walk alone. Oh yes, yes. So thank you so much. It's a big thank you to all of you for staying with us every Saturday in, Saturday out, listening to all the rubbish we have to say and bringing in all your input, your feedback. It's awesome, right? It's awesome. And if we've ever had an episode that has helped you in any way, we are grateful for you listening, right? And helping your life, right? So it, it's all gratitude. We thank God. We are grateful, really, really grateful. So before we close, I want to say a big thank you to our backroom engineer, Sammy, who has been with us for all these years, helping us set up, control everything, and then we are able to come to you. Thanks so much, Sammy. We're really grateful. And yeah, for all of you who share our feed, we're grateful. Jackson says, "Tell Prissy I miss the yogurt." Oh God! So for all of you share our feed, we react to it, you be grateful. For all of you who don't share as well, be grateful. What can we say? Yeah. So, as usual, for the last time in this year, on that grateful note, always remember that no two relationships are the same.
See you next year.
So go and be grateful to your spouse, right? Because no two relationships are the same. No two husbands are the same. You have a unique husband, you have a unique wife, you have unique kids. So we hope and pray that will be better next year. Send us comments on what you think we should do better. What do you want to hear? What do you want to the stories you want to, or the parts of relationships you want to hear more about, if it's about anything, how you can be better in life, whatever, blah 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 blah.
It could be lifestyle, it could be
Yeah, lifestyle,
relationship, it could be anything.
anything. We don't only share
We can share our
relationships.
stories.
Yeah,
And
lifestyle, everything. So just send that to us in, I mean, the inbox, and we'll definitely deal with that. Cheers to a happy 2025, a blessed 2025, a less stressful 2025, and a year with all the good things we would wish for ourselves. Thank you. Thank
see
you.
you next year.
Thank you. It's bye for now. Cheers. And Sammy, we're grateful that you would be bringing the